Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to Sojourn Farms. Soon to be called something else, but we'll update you on that as soon as we make that final decision and make that move to change the channel name and the farm name all at the same time. Today is the second day of the new year, and we're going to be taking a look back at the last year. It has been a doozy, hasn't it? We have done a lot around here, and I just wanted to take a day to do a video here to look back at 2020 and 2021. We really got to go back a little bit into 2020 to talk about this. Actually, going all the way back to 2020, we knew that we wanted to pull the trigger, to find a place, to buy it, to settle down, to start our homestead, a farm. We've known for several years now we really want a homestead. We just knew that that's something that we wanted to do. So, in 2020, we started looking at our options. Now, as a veteran, I get a VA loan, Veterans Affairs. So there's some perks and stuff that you get with that. If you are a veteran, I would strongly recommend that you check out Veterans United. Started working with them, and they just filled in all the blanks, answered all the questions. Come here, Bella. Yeah. This was the first place that we looked at, but we thought, we'll keep looking. You know, I think this place will stay on the market for a little longer. We'll keep looking. And so we did. We looked at several other places. Then we came back to this place and looked at it for a second time, middle to late February, and we almost immediately put in an offer at that point. It was late April, the last day of April, that we actually closed on this place. Let me just tell you, when you get involved with Veterans United is going to have a concierge that is going to line all sorts of stuff up for you. So if you need home insurance, which you do, and if you need a security system, if you need anything, you need address change, help with that, they will get it done for you. So May 3rd is actually when we officially moved in, started unpacking, and we took that whole day to just unpack. I think we took 2 days to really unpack and get everything going. It was May 5th then that I went and I looked at a tractor right away. So I bought the tractor, and then May 7th it was delivered. It was already May 11th, so just a week, less than a week after we move in here. And we have our pastures being planted. They got the fields planted and turned into pastures for us. And then just the day after that, May 12th, we had our first 4 lambs delivered, 3 ewes and a wether. Now already on May 13th, we had our quail delivered, and we already had chickens at this point, and they were in the brooder basically the day after we moved in. We had chickens in a brooder, in our garage, and so then May 13th, we already have quail, so we have another brooder that we set up. Then we start building chicken tractors. We built 4 chicken tractors over the course of several weeks, it feels like. We got our Cornish cross chickens for meat. They arrived May 18th. And then we had 10 lambs come on May 23rd. 10 more lambs come on May 23rd. And at that point, the lambs were out on pasture. I see the lambs right over there right now. They look like they're doing good. They survived the night. They survived the cold winter night. Oh my goodness. I don't know how they do it, but they look just fine and happy. They're walking around. They're still foraging out there in the pasture, even though I don't think there's anything left. And we have a hay bale out there for them, but whatever. May 24th, we had topsoil come. That got delivered, and we started building our raised garden beds. Come June 17th, we had finally finished the chicken tractors, and we started to move the chickens into them. And then that same day, we got our big red broilers, our other breed of meat birds. So those came as chicks, and we got them in the brooders. We moved our business from Minnesota to Iowa June 28th through the 29th. Now, come June 30th, just after we moved our business, we got our first about 12 ducks. Now, I think 3 or 4 of them died. The 4th of July was coming around, and we are big America-loving, freedom-loving folks, and we wanted to throw a 4th of July party. And so we put on a huge 4th of July party here, invited friends and family, and we had a huge fireworks display. The most fireworks I've ever done in my life. And then, and then I got sick. I mean, really, really sick for a lot longer than I thought I was going to get sick for. But yeah, so I got the thing. So it was about a week that I think I was just kind of out of commission. But 8 days after I started feeling ill, I must have been feeling better because I noticed in my work journal I began work on a counterweight for our tractor. And then it must have been, 2, 3 days later, I broke it out, needed to use it to offload some feed that was coming on a pallet, a 2,000-pound tote of chicken feed. It was then July 19th that we began incubating our first batch of quail eggs. And then we're going to jump forward to August 10th, we got third and final batch of chicks. And these again were big red broilers. Then we got more ducks, another 20 ducks, of which I think 16 or 17 survived to maturity. And then finally, on September 14th, we made the trip to Wisconsin to pick up our Idaho pasture pigs. And that's kind of where I stopped using the work journal. Now, we've done a whole lot of stuff this year, and there's a lot more that we did. Between getting the Idaho pasture pigs and now, there's just been so much going on. I know I'm forgetting stuff. I know that I'm not, but you don't need all the details, right? These are the highlights. These are the big things. So altogether, we added to our property raised garden beds, 6 of those. We did plant a garden, and it was fairly successful, and we did get some produce from that. We got the Coyote tractor. We added the Kubota ATV for work around the property. We built 4 brooders, 4 chicken tractors. We built auto watering systems for our quail hutches, of which we built 4 quail hutches. 2 of them came prefab, so we just put them together. The others we actually built from scratch. And then auto waterers for chicken tractors, for quail hutches, 1 chicken mansion, and then of course the 4 acres of pasture that were planted and an electric fence. An electric fence system set up from scratch. That's just a small amount of what we've built this year. That's a pretty good sampling of the major things that we did this year. Kind of tallied up what we raised on our property, what we raised on the farm this year. This year we did over 400 chickens. Now, 45 or so of those were for eggs, and we did keep some big red broilers to lay eggs as well. And to see if we can hatch out some of those next year. So we raised 400 plus chickens. We have 2 geese, and they were 1 year old when we bought them, but we bought them for guard geese, and they've been doing a fantastic job guarding our chickens and letting them know when there's an aerial predator. We raised 27 ducks total to maturity for eggs and meat, 14 lambs for breeding and meat. We got 7 pigs for breeding and meat, and then I'd say close to, if not at least 500 quail for meat, eggs, and then of course our quail breeding program. So that's a lot. Altogether, we raised almost 1,000 animals. It's just insane to think about it. Almost 1,000 animals on this 7-acre property, a lot of which is pasture that we need for our sheep. You get the idea. We did a lot. We did too much. I feel like we did too much, and I say that having chosen to do everything that we did. But I knew that I wanted to get into it, I wanted to go into it hard and fast this year and figure out what we can do on our property and just kind of explore all those options. And I knew that I was probably going to get burnt out by the end of it and exhausted. But that's what winter's for, okay? So that's, thank God that there's a season here called winter where you can't really do a whole lot outside. And so it forces you to back off and take a break and rest and recuperate, relax, and plan for the next year. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be planning for the next year. So I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow or if it's going to be sometime later this week or next week that we're going to put out another video about what we're looking forward to doing, what we're planning on doing for the rest of the year. But this is January 2nd, our second video of our 30-day video vlog, daily vlog challenge that we're taking on, and we're committing to doing a daily video. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. Give us a sub, like the video, comment. Let us know what you think we should do next year. I don't know. Let us know what you think of what we did this year. And remember, life is for living. Don't waste it by just trying to exist. Go get some.